Children's Laughter in the Haunted Park. A horror novel. They say laughter is the sound of joy. But in the dead of night, when it echoes from an abandoned playground, it sounds like something else entirely. Daniel Carter didn't believe in ghosts. A freelance journalist who made a living debunking haunted places, he'd been through dozens of supposed supernatural spots, always finding a rational explanation behind every creak, shadow, and chill in the air. But Maplewood Park was different. It began with an anonymous email. The subject line read, "They still laugh in the dark." The body contained just a single line, "Come to Maplewood Park at 1:12 a.m. Bring a recorder. Don't stay after the laughter stops." There was also a photo. An old, rusted merry-go-round, overgrown with weeds. In the shadow behind it, Daniel thought he saw something, a shape, maybe a figure, but it was too blurry to be sure. Curiosity 1. Maplewood Park was in the forgotten part of Ridgeline, a small town that hadn't been in the news for anything good in decades. It was quiet, lined with old houses and the kind of silence that felt deliberate. People in Ridgeline kept their heads down. No one walked their dogs past the gates of Maplewood Park. The place had a reputation. In 1993, 3 children disappeared from that very playground over the span of 2 weeks. No witnesses. No bodies. No leads. Just vanished. Then in 2009, a teenage girl named Kayla disappeared after sneaking into the park on a dare. Her phone was found the next day near the slide. The last video on it was just 13 seconds long, a slow pan of the empty park, then distant laughter, followed by a sharp scream. The footage ended with the phone falling to the ground. Daniel had read the case files. No solid evidence of foul play, but no rational explanation either. The city closed the park permanently after Kayla vanished. Yet, every few years, someone claimed to hear children laughing from beyond the rusted gate after midnight. Daniel arrived just before 1 a.m. The night was heavy, thick with a strange stillness. He stepped through the iron gate, which groaned like it hadn't moved in years. His flashlight flickered once as if the batteries were dying, but they were new. He set up his audio recorder near the old swings, which creaked softly though no wind stirred. At exactly 1:12 a.m., the first laugh echoed through the park. It was high-pitched, childlike, and distant. Then came another. Then more. Soon it was as if a dozen children were playing nearby, but the playground was empty. He scanned the shadows. His breath fogged in front of him, though the air wasn't cold a moment ago. The laughter grew louder. It moved, shifting locations, circling him. The swings began to sway. The merry-go-round turned slowly. Then he heard a whisper behind him. "You shouldn't stay after the laughter." He turned sharply, but no one was there. The laughter stopped at exactly 1:17 a.m. Silence fell, dense and absolute. Daniel quickly packed his things and left. When he played back the recording in his hotel room, the laughter was crystal clear, but there was also something else, beneath the giggles, a faint, dragging sound, and a voice humming a nursery rhyme off-key. He went back the next night. This time, he brought an infrared camera and motion sensors. Again, at 1:12, the laughter began. It came from everywhere at once. The sensors lit up, detecting movement, but nothing visible appeared. Through the viewfinder of the camera, Daniel saw something strange, a little girl, standing near the slide. She wore a white dress and no shoes. Her face was pale, eyes wide and dark. He lowered the camera. She was gone. Then cold hands brushed the back of his neck. He ran that night. But the footage was intact. Frame by frame, he watched the girl smile at the camera, then slowly raise her hand and point directly at him. He tried to rationalize. A hoax. A projection. But something gnawed at him. He needed to know more. The next day, he visited a local library and dug up everything he could about the original missing children. 3 kids, Amy, 7, Tyler, 6, and Benji, 5. All last seen playing at the park. One mother claimed her son told her he heard a friend calling him to the trees. The park was closed after that. No memorials. Just silence. Daniel tracked down one of their old teachers, Mrs. Hendricks, now living in a care home. Her hands trembled when he said the name Maplewood. They never left, she whispered. The park wants more. Laughter feeds it. Innocent joy turned into something else. Something hungry. Daniel asked if she was serious. I once went there at night, she said, staring past him. I heard them. Amy called my name. I haven't slept right since. Despite the warnings, Daniel returned for a 3rd night. This time, the park was different. The equipment didn't look old anymore. The jungle gym gleamed. The slides were polished. The grass was green and soft. He could smell bubblegum and cotton candy. And children played, dozens of them. But they weren't right. Their limbs bent the wrong way. Their eyes were empty. Their laughter was louder, echoing too long. Then they all stopped and turned to him. One little boy walked up. His voice was dry as dead leaves. Stay with us. We like when you laugh. Daniel backed away, heart racing, but the gates had vanished. The park was endless now, stretching into a foggy horizon. He fell. Darkness swallowed him. He awoke in his car, parked outside the park, soaked in sweat. It was 1:31 a.m. His equipment was fried. But his phone had one new video. It showed him standing in the park. Smiling. Laughing. Surrounded by the ghostly children, all holding his hands. He hadn't filmed it. He told himself not to go again. He tried to leave Ridgeline. His engine died. His hotel caught fire. Every time he tried to leave, something stopped him. He gave in. The final night, he walked through the park gates one last time. He smiled as the laughter returned to welcome him. Now, visitors to Ridgeline say the park's swings move on their own. That you can hear for different kinds of laughter now. Sometimes, people see a man sitting on the bench by the merry-go-round. Pale. Still. Watching. And sometimes, when brave kids sneak in, they hear a whisper behind them. Now there are 4.